Hey traders, Raghee here, and to kick off this first video of the week, we're going to talk about my second favorite way of trading. I mean, I love day trading, so I can't say one second or first. I mean, how do you pick your favorite flavor of ice cream? You just don't, right? So there's two ways that I love to trade. The day trading, that's going to be my 1 minute time frames. And second is that trend following swing trade, and those are going to be the daily time frames. All right, so we're going to talk about this today, the swing trading, end of day, trend following, buying on pullbacks, right? Kind of all encapsulated for me in this word swing. Now the swing is for me literal. It's the swing lower. It's that correction lower within the context and overall uptrending market. Okay, the swing is synonymous with a pullback or a retracement. So what markets would I be looking for swings? We're actually on the FinViz website. You'll notice here, FINVIZ. I'm looking at the performance and I'm looking at the 1 month. And I have no problem looking at the quarter either. So I'm looking at the 1 month right now. And you'll notice our 1 month relative outperformers to the upside. What has my attention? Corn, soybeans, soybean meal. Okay, so those three, you have your grains heading higher. I typically don't point out wheat or sugar. Wheat's a little illiquid, although it's perfectly fine to trade. And sugar, cocoa, cotton, coffee. Not that there's anything wrong with those markets. In fact, they were my favorites once upon a time. But now you need access to the ICE exchange. So just check if it's something that you want to plunk down the capital for. Most brokers will take care of your CME, CBOT fees, but this is a whole other thing. So check that before you want to trade some of those softs, okay? So I'm going to focus on things that I know most folks have access to. So corn, soybean, soybean meal. RBOB, this has been a great market for us to trade. One of the questions that I had today in the Charts and Coffee show is what happens to that Keystone Pipeline narrative. And the question was, what stocks do I like? And I said, look, I'm not going to play stocks of this. I'm going to go ahead and say, look, does this actually become a bullish event for crude, for RBOB? And it absolutely does. These are strong markets to begin with, and I think this is just going to add more to that. What else do we like here on this list? Well, that's about where my interest starts to wane, in terms of really strong outperformers. And then to the downside, we've got natty gas, but that one can be a widowmaker. So I would tread very carefully there. Feeder cattle heading lower, VIX heading lower. Be really careful there. I would say most of what I would want everyone to focus on is something I call the double green uptrend. So while I do like downtrends personally, I tend to do better in downtrends. The market most folks do best in are absolutely, without a doubt, uptrends. Okay, so let's take this really quickly over to the charts. So if I want to take a look at soybeans, a lot of these markets have gone parabolic. We're seeing a little bit of a pullback, which is great. I'd love to take advantage of pullback buys, soybean meal. Here's corn. Okay, we mentioned crude oil. Crude oil has been a market that we traded long through summer, and I am absolutely raring to go. Want to start looking long again. It's been a while since we've had a really nice pullback. I would absolutely embrace the market getting down to a pullback like that on CL. RB. Look, those of you that might go, Rog, I don't know about CL and RB. Remember, you've got QM, the mini, and you also have the USO, which I'm saying I'll start looking at again as an ETF alternative to crude, and also UGA as an ETF alternative to the RB futures contract. So you can play options on these, less overnight capital, less overnight margin requirement, and you can still play these two narratives, okay? And that doesn't also, let's also remember, crude oil stocks are heading higher too. XLE has been on a tear, so, keep that connection in mind. Now, speaking of connections, one of the things that I'm going to take a look at in the premium video tonight is, how are we trading this dollar? Is this dollar actually looking to reverse? Or is this going to be it for the dollar where we look for that short sell? And if we look for that short sell versus what? What are the currencies that I want to continue to focus on? The dollar short, which, by the way, punchline, I am still looking for dollar follow through to the downside. But against what? Which currencies can we take a look at? We'll take a look at those swings and more in the premium video. I'll see you all in the next update.